Hi everyone, this is Janet Smarter Country Living, and I'm here today to talk to you about my cookbook, Cooking with Family, Recipes and Remembrances. I published this in 2017, quite a few years ago. But if you all watch my cooking videos, you'll notice I've got a link to this book on Amazon. And so I just thought I'd tell you a little bit about it. Even though if you do go to the link on Amazon, you can click the little look inside thing here, and it's got the table of contents and everything in it. Now, what I did recently is I went online and I changed the cover to matte instead of glossy. See, this is the glossy version right here. I like the matte better. I think it holds up better and everything. Of course, now mine here at the house, it gets a lot of use. I mean, a lot of use, and I know the people who buy it, don't use it as much as I do. But anyway, Cooking with Family, Recipes and Remembrances. There's poems in here that I've written, and the recipes, okay. And I tell some of my remembrances too, from my childhood or from cooking and all that kind of stuff. And there's a lot of it's fried bread, garlic spread that you can put on your bread, pancakes, chocolate gravy, tomato gravy and biscuits, and sweet potato casserole. Okay, it's the best sweet potato casserole I ever ate. It was my sister's recipe, and it is so good. I mean, I have to make it every year on Thanksgiving, or I'll get kicked out of the house. But it's really good. And I just did the creamy scalloped potatoes. I just did a video on it recently. And a lot of these, the squash patties, I've got a video on my channel on it. Potato cakes, potato salad. So, coleslaw, I've got that on my videos. And my vegetable soup, and my easy potato soup. And Mom's rice. I think there's a short on my rice, how we do it. And Charlie's cooked cabbage. Okay, that's my best video on my channel. It's Charlie's cooked cabbage. So I got to get his name in there. And pinto beans. I've got a video on that too. And the deviled eggs. Everybody loves my deviled eggs. But big batch hot dog chili, hot dog sauce, whatever you want to call it. Meatloaf, chili, and macaroni. But a lot of, there's 6 blackberry recipes. And I tell a little bit about picking blackberries when I was a kid. I used to pick them with my grandma. This was in the 60s, and Grandma was in the 70s at the time, and she had blackberry vines on her land. It was an old coal bank road, is what it was. And we'd go up it every summer, and the berries were everywhere, and we'd just pick, and she wouldn't be happy until all the berries were picked. I mean, if she thought there was some left up there, she'd go again, and I'd always give in and go with her. I'd go with her mom, and one of my cousins, Rodney, he'd go with us, and my Aunt Gracie, she'd pick with us. Sometimes we'd go up on the hill with water buckets and coffee cans, where we punched holes in the side and put a little handle in it, And we wouldn't usually come down until they were all full. I mean, that's how many blackberries was on her land. Now, there's a lemon squash pie here. I've got a video on it. Some of you probably just snarl up your nose and say, I'm not even going to look at that. That is really, really good. I got that from a friend in South Carolina. And crushed pecan pie, it makes 2. Concord grape pie, that is so good. I took a piece to my daddy one time, though, and he took a bite and he just made this face, because it was a little bit tart. He wouldn't eat it. I guess he's getting picky in his old age. Well, I ate it. It's really, really good. Pecan pie muffins. Oh my gosh. That is so, so good to make on the holiday. And so easy, And I've got a video on that on my channel too. And Mom's bread pudding. I've got a lot of these on my channel, where I make these. Fancy fruit salad, the German chocolate icing, which is so good. pineapple upside down cake. That was a popular cake when I was growing up. Seems like all my aunts and my mom made them all the time. Whop donuts, you make them out of canned biscuits. And what's on the front? Applesauce stock cake. That's what my grandma made all the time. I've got a recipe in here for that. And the candies and cookies. You know, I got Buckeyes. Now, this is a good recipe to use for your peanut butter eggs at Easter time. And I'll be putting that on probably pretty soon. Peanut butter chews. Now, that is another one. I've got a video of that on here, and it got a lot of views. Everybody has remembrances of peanut butter chews when they were in school. You know, the cooks making them. Cheese ball. Charlie's got a cheese ball video on here. But there's all kinds of things in here. Morel mushrooms. I don't know if you have them where you live, but you can't mistake them for anything else. I know the first time we made them, we was all scared to eat it, you know. But, oh, they're so good. You fry them and stuff. And I got a few canning and freezing things in here. A hickory nut pie. I got first place with that pie one time. And stovetop apple butter. We love apple butter. Corn cob jelly. In the summertime, you know, when you eat a lot of corn on the cob, you use those cobs and you can make jelly with it. That jelly is beautiful. It just shines like gold, you know. It's good and it's easy to make. And I've got some non-edible recipes in here. Now, we live in West Virginia, and it's pretty easy to find a lump of coal, okay? Now, some of you might have trouble finding a lump of coal, but there's a coal garden recipe in here. Now, when we were kids, we made these, and these crystals, colored crystals, would grow on that big lump of coal, and it was so pretty, and I'll tell you how to do that in here. And cinnamon dough ornaments, they're great for your tree. They smell good, and they look pretty. Put on your Christmas tree. And I got some recipes for, not recipes, where you can make aprons out of old jeans, and they're easy to do. And there's a poem I wrote in here, Grandma's Apron. I don't remember ever seeing Grandma without an apron on. She always wore her apron. And it tells you how to make blue jean aprons. And I've got food substitutions in the back and conversions, cooking tips, and food traditions and superstitions. You probably have some in your family too. But I got a big list of those. And when we were kids, we grew up drinking a bottle of pop with salted peanuts dropped in it. Now, we call it pop. You might call it Coke or whatever where you live at. But that was something we always did, and it was good. And my mom would never eat in the evening. She said it gave her nightmares. And making a wish on a wishbone, of course. And don't tell your bad dreams before breakfast or they will come true. Now, I don't do that. And eating cornbread with milk and putting pepper on it, you know, a glass of milk or buttermilk. That's what Charlie likes to do. He loves buttermilk. And eat all the food at the supper table and it'll be a clear day tomorrow. Mom always said that. But anyway, and then in the back, I write a little bit. I tell you to write down your memories. And I've got 12 pages here where you can write down your special recipes. And down at the bottom, you can write your memories or notes about it. So it's a real neat recipe book. And it sells more than any of my other books. It really does. And I like the red. I love the picture of the applesauce cake on the front, as you can see. It's real pretty. But I just thought I'd tell you about that because it's in a lot of my videos. I talk about it. So that shows you a little bit about it. And if you go to Amazon, like I said, you can click under the book picture, the cover, and it'll show you a little bit of what's inside. And it shows you all the table of contents. There's over 120 recipes in there. Yeah, 120. So, and I'm making another little cookbook. This is a proof of it. This is, the one they send you to find your mistakes and everything. It's a mini book of muffin recipes. So I'm working on that. And because I used to do crafts down at the senior center. Now, I don't do it so much anymore. Well, me and my cousin did them together, and then sometimes I did it by myself a lot. But now my cousin, she's took over because we don't go so much now because, you know, Charlie, he's got cancer, and he don't get around a lot of people, you know, close quarters, because his immune system is so low. He catches things so easy. He's got a cold now, I think, and he just had one a few weeks ago. Anyway, I would always, not always, but most always, I would make a batch of muffins before we left the house in the morning. And I'd take them down there and give them out to the crafters, and they loved that. And I got the recipes of those muffins in here. And I put a little dedication to them in the front of the book. You know, I make blackberry muffins. Let's see. Blackberry oatmeal, blackberry cinnamon muffins. They were really good. Pear muffins. Peanut butter and jelly mini muffins. Those are good. And pumpkin muffins with crumb toppings on them. But applesauce mini muffins. Those were good. Well, really, they were all good. Oh, and the pecan pie muffin recipe is in here with a picture and stuff. And cornbread muffins, Mexican cornbread muffins. Now, I've got a video on my cooking playlist about Mexican cornbread muffins. Well, not the muffins, it's Mexican cornbread. Okay, and breakfast muffins, these don't have no flour. I think there's a video, you know, on my channel for it too. You make it out of eggs and bacon or ham or sausage, whatever kind of meat you want, and cheddar cheese, a whole bunch of eggs, 8 eggs, half a cup of milk, 2 teaspoons of hot sauce. These are really good. My neighbor made these one time, and she brought them over to us after me and Andrew had gotten home from, you know, visiting Charlie in the hospital. Of course, last year he was in the hospital so many times it just wasn't funny, you know. Lots and lots of times we'd come home, and within a week he'd have a fever back again. We'd have to go back again. But thank goodness and praise the Lord, that has not happened for a long time, and we're so thankful for that. He's gotten so much better now. But anyway, she brought us over some muffins, and that was so sweet of her, and we really loved them. So, and I got a couple bread recipes in here too, pear bread and squash bread. But anyway, and toppings, different toppings you can put on muffins. But it'll be a while before I get this on Amazon. But anyway, that's a little bit about my cookbook. And this is Janet Smart of Country Living, and I'll be talking to you again soon. Bye-bye.